I just want to talk a bit about the spiritual path. I think we can get a bit attached to the idea that our spiritual path is taking us in a certain direction. And then frustration can set in when things don't go the way that we would like, and maybe we end up following a different path than what we expected. A detour, maybe you could say. So maybe we saw our path as going straight towards something, but then we've ended up on this detour and not going in the direction that we hoped for. But yeah, the idea I'd like to put out there is that maybe that detour is part of the path, that maybe in order to get to where we're aiming to go to, we actually need to take this detour in order to learn something, in order to progress our soul, in order to maybe change something about ourselves, or change a pattern. Or maybe it could just be an ego-driven thing. So if we think we're going off in this direction and it's going to take such and such a length of time, maybe the detour is going to teach us humility, in the sense of we have to work from the unknown, I suppose. So there's so many unknowns out there, we need to get comfortable with that, be comfortable with ambiguity, with not knowing, without the certainty of knowing where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, how long it's going to take, etc., etc. So if you find yourself on a different path than what you expected, it could just be that you have something to learn, or maybe even that the original path you'd envisaged for yourself isn't the one that you're going to be on ultimately. And obviously we need to set goals, we need to have a vision of where we're going to in order to make progress. But I think that shouldn't be so set in stone that we're not flexible to other options. Because what I find is that we are quite limited by our previous experience and by our own imagination, whereas what could be right for us could be something that we've never experienced, could be something we can't even imagine because it's so far outside or anything we've experienced previously. So I think it is good to have a general direction, which I would say comes more from having a deep knowing about yourself and a deep understanding of who you are, your personality, your preferences, what you have to offer the world. But in terms of actually the precise direction that we're going, or the precise thing that we are going to achieve, needs to be quite flexible and quite open. Of course, the other danger with that is that we end up being indecisive, and we end up not knowing and trying different things and never actually doing anything solid. So there's got to be a balance here between being flexible and open and comfortable with ambiguity, compared with actually setting some solid actions into place, putting ourselves out there and seeing things through to completion.